The Smiths were excited about their new home in the quaint, old neighborhood of Willowbrook. The tree-lined streets, charming houses, and friendly neighbors had won them over. They had no reason to suspect anything out of the ordinary, at least until the Halloween invitation arrived. It was a crisp October evening when the Smiths found a blood-red envelope tucked beneath their doormat. Inside, a beautifully handwritten note read, "You're cordially invited to the Willowbrook Halloween party. Join us at 666 Batwing Lane, the old mansion at the end of the street. Costumes required. See you at 8 p.m. The neighbors." The Smiths were thrilled by the prospect of making new friends and celebrating their first Halloween in Willowbrook. They spent weeks preparing their costumes, going all out as a witch and a wizard. At 8 p.m. sharp, they made their way down Batwing Lane to the eerie mansion. The moment they stepped inside, a chilling hush fell over them. The dimly lit interior was decorated with cobwebs, antique furniture, and paintings of long-deceased residents. The air was heavy with an intoxicating scent that the Smiths couldn't quite place. Their neighbors greeted them warmly, each one more captivating and charismatic than the last. The Smiths soon found themselves surrounded by people who seemed to know them intimately, despite having only just met. It was as if the neighbors had been waiting for them. As the night wore on, the party grew more unsettling. The guests seemed to shimmer in the candlelight, their eyes glowing with an unnatural crimson hue. The wine they served tasted oddly metallic, and the laughter that filled the room was tinged with an eerie, otherworldly quality. When the clock struck midnight, the Smiths couldn't ignore the strange occurrences any longer. They watched in horror as their neighbors' reflections vanished from the mirrors, and their laughter turned into sinister whispers. The room grew colder, and the guests began to reveal their true nature. One by one, the neighbors' fangs elongated, and their eyes glowed brighter. The Smiths realized with a sinking feeling that they were surrounded by vampires, and this Halloween party was not a celebration of the living but a gathering of the undead. Panicking, the Smiths tried to make a hasty exit, but the vampires moved with lightning speed, blocking their path. The air grew thick with tension as the truth of the night became apparent. The friendly neighbors they had trusted were creatures of the night, and they had been lured into a sinister trap. Just as the vampires closed in, the Smiths' hearts raced with fear. It was then that they remembered the folklore about vampires being unable to enter a home without an invitation. Desperate to escape, they bolted towards the mansion's heavy front door and slammed it shut behind them, locking the vampires inside. Breathing heavily and trembling with fear, the Smiths stumbled back to their own home, vowing never to return to Willowbrook. They had escaped the clutches of their undead neighbors, but the chilling memory of that Halloween night would haunt them forever, a reminder that not everything in their charming, old neighborhood was as it seemed.